So we've just spoken to Clara and Murky, and now we can go back to Taya and tell her all about the story that we've heard.
My right eye is only half closed when I'm tilted.
Here's how the story of the Icy Prince ends. Oh, do tell! As time went by, the crystal flower became the greediest in the garden. It drank all the earth's juices, but most importantly, it also snatched all sunlight. The garden became so dark that even the air has turned cold. Oh, and what did the prince do when the time has come to pick the crystal flower? The prince executed a crafty plan. He engineered it so that the gardener would pick a different flower instead of the crystal one. Yeah, sounds right. It's all been coming to that. So did the flower end up all alone in an empty garden? Yes, it blossomed, spread its seeds all over the place, and a new garden grew, 100 times more beautiful than the one before. So that's how it is. Yes, that sounds right. What a bad prince. Why did he have to kill the simple flowers? Let me into the abattoir, Mother. Come in. I'm going to fall asleep now. Then I'll go there myself and crack the great pit open. Do you know where it is? Follow the passage between the buildings, and you'll find yourself right by the pit. Thank you, Mother. The passage into the abattoir is clear. Taya Taijik's power is immense. I hope the girl herself is unaware of the true extent of her influence. While she is still a small child, the kin will go out of their way to fulfill their every whim, pampering her as they did her grandmother. Her grandmother, huh? Interesting. Oh, hi.
She is an emissary of the law. Now is the time when ancient gods die.
You come here often, kindred one. Do you seek to be employed by boss Vlad? The plague is fierce, but we must not abandon work. Perhaps you are an ndonge. Bring us a bull then. Perhaps you are a butcher. Kill one for us then and prepare its meat for transportation. Okay, jeez, guy, like, you're trying to order me around already, Jesus Christ. Okay. I want to ask you where the blood you gave me yesterday came from. Yet you will not get an answer. Why should I share this knowledge with you? You cannot take it, and it will rip you apart. I am the son of Isidore Burak. It's not an Oyun's place to talk to me about knowledge. I see before me someone who calls himself a son of Burak. You haven't accepted his inheritance and are therefore unworthy of his name. Lie! I've accepted my father's inheritance in full. Have you accepted your father's duty and the obligation to save the lives that he gave an oath to keep? I have. Have you accepted his knowledge? Have you accepted his lines? Have you learned how to tell the dark from the light, the damp from the crumbling, the scorching from the cold, the dead from the living? I have. Have you accepted his possessions? His house, his flesh, his food and his signs? I have. Then show me the thing that he used to draw the lines on the ground with when opening them up for a ritual. Where is his ure, which should be hanging around your neck proudly so that everyone can see who's in charge of the lines of the Burak's toggler? I will fix that. I will only speak to you when you have your father's ude hanging from your neck. Seems like something has been concealed from you by the one that passed the inheritance from you. I'll be back, Elder One.
Was it not the last word?
Speak. A wise man speaks, a clever one listens. Okay. This means I didn't claim the entirety of my father's inheritance. Symbols, symbols. Everywhere I look there are signs to be deciphered. Did Asperi lie to me? I can't believe it. But then why do they all avert their eyes whenever I mention my inheritance? What?
Yes.
I trace your step with my hands, Oyun. Look me in the eye, Asperi. Did you hand over my father's inheritance to me in full? Every bit and every part of it? No, I didn't. I confess. What was it you preferred not to share with me? It's a bone, a bos primigenius horn. Here, it confirms that you are the eldest of the Buraks, that you know the right and preserve the art of a copious taggler. Why did you hide it from me? Intuition. Also, I have a strong feeling that this is the exact horn that had pierced your father's chest. I managed to snatch it from under the nose of Sabarov's crazed henchmen while they were inspecting the crime scene. Had I given it to you, you would have been walking around the place with the murder weapon in your pocket. What you did was right. The Buraks are a copious taggler. You know the lines, you know how to cut a body open. The right is your right. There are but a few families of the kind left. I had no right to make this choice for you. Tell me about the other families. Few families still hold the right to carry out the rite in this part of the steppe. The Mangazines, the Benshets, the Buraks, the Oyuns, and the Kriuks. The last of the Magizes died. He was basically killed by Black Nina. The Besheches used to know the lines almost as well as the Mangizes. The Mangizes? Oh my god, Mangizes. But they've been brought to naught by Twyrine. Were they the best? Yes. Well, each family had its own line of work, and each was rather brilliant when handling their line. The Buraks, for example, have always been talented healers. The Mangizes were the most ruthless and decisive. The Besheches were the greatest in number. The Oyuns and the Kriuks have never been taken seriously. They are apprentices, not masters. Give me the bone. It is rightfully yours. Take it and forgive me. I swear that I meant well. Had I not abused the situation, you'd have been dead by now. You will now be once again accused of patricide by many. The week-old story will repeat itself. Be prepared. It'll be different now. I will take care of it all, on my own. Bone. Nice. Can I wear it?
Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
Bonehorn. Bos Primigenius, a beast from legend whose lines reflect all the intricacies and laws of the universe, gave this bone to one of the first Menku. I wonder if my reputation is... My reputation is good. Doesn't seem like something I should worry about.
All your fault.
I have accepted my father's inheritance in full. Speak. I see. A worthy deed. I know now that you haven't had the bone before due to ignorance, not cowardice. It is henceforth yours. What do you want to know? Speak. Oh god, look at his face. What the fuck? His eyes just roll back. Okay. Where did the blood you gave me yesterday come from? It is the blood of a Bos Primigenius, an image of Bos Turok, who goes by the name of an Aurochs. An ancient steppe bull whose lines are akin to the lines of the cosmic bull. It was left over from a sacrificial rite. But the rite didn't go the way you wanted it to. You couldn't get living blood from the beast killed the day before yesterday. That is so, but I can draw it from the earth. It is the blood that feeds Suok's body, the blood that flows through her veins underground, the blood that we have been pouring there since the time immemorial, feeding Bos Turok's body to be fed by him in return. So you've taken this blood from below the ground? How old is it? Warmed by Suok's body, brought to life by Suok's breath, the currents of thousands upon thousands of bulls cut open lie underground. Its age should be of no concern to you. It has been the living blood of Suok from the moment it was poured into Boss Turok's veins. Where exactly is the entrance point that the blood gets poured into? I will tell you of this too. Here in the abattoir, at the heart of the house of Suok, lies a well that is connected to the veins feeding the earth. Can blood be extracted from there? Only by a Nodong, the foreman of the abattoir, who belongs to a long Taglur and knows the right. The blood arises from down below, heeding his call. But I will not call this blood for you until we are equal. Why not? Because I do not want you to have it. You are unworthy of thinking about it, let alone taking it. It was not you, but Boss Vlad that I gave the blood to before, to help him in his orders. So how can I get this blood? By making the sacrifice and fulfilling your father's duty. By passing every trial, completing every task, and providing that you are worthy of making such a sacrifice. Not before that. Come tomorrow, we shall talk about it. I will. Yeah. Cool. Ugh. I hate the foreman, he's so annoying. What? Did my mission change? So the bowels of the earth beneath the town are filled with the smallest arteries, transporting the sacred blood. The whole place is saturated with it. As far as I know, they could have been pouring blood into the earth for thousands of years. But why is the blood still hot? What keeps it alive? I should talk to Aglaya about it. Oh my god, Georgie. Georgie's invitation. Dear Master Burak, I assume you already know of the fatal transformation that has happened to the family of Vlad Olgimsky, your father's friend and benefactor. A cunning intrigue has led the head of the Olgimsky family to be judged by a crowd of bloodthirsty butchers. Before long, every one of them will tremble at the sound of the boss Vlad's name. I kindly request that you find a moment to visit the Crucible. I am in possession of some crucially important information that may, perhaps, save the life of the man whose hospitality you've recently enjoyed. Georgie Kane. Isn't Georgie Kane, like, sick? Ooh, very nice. All of them, take all of them. 12, 3. I have herbs now. Very nice. So exactly what I needed. 2 blacks, 1 brown, 1 silvery. Yes. 2 silvery, 1 brown, 1 black. Yes! This is the best. Let's make another one. 2 silvery, 1 black, 1 brown. Yes. And another one. And then for the last bit, 2 black, 1 brown, silvery. Yes! Bam, 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 bam. Tasty! Look at this! Look at that! My infection is almost gone. Just some bandages. Wait, okay, that was dumb. Okay, let's sleep. F5. sleep for like 2 hours. Okay, let's make another antibiotic with this kidney. Oh, also very good. Excellent, I would say. Yes. Should I leave my herbs? I probably should. So many rats. And he's running towards me. Not today, Satan. Not today. Hello.
What?
I'm happy to see you here. Still, it would be better for you not to come here too often. I've been to the abattoir. The things that I found there are hard to explain to an unprepared person. I am well prepared, though. I know your people's mythology. I know the legends of these lands. Tell me what you've learned there. Tell me where the blood came from. I will believe the most mind-boggling report, especially if it's consistent with my own data and calculations. There's a whole system of underground tunnels beneath the town, up to the Gorkin River. Sacrificial blood has been poured down there for hundreds of years. No surprise there. I've read about it when I was preparing for the trip. Furthermore, I know for sure that other peoples have similar cults. They all belong to different ethnic groups. Some of them are northerners. The blood there is alive. That means the town nourishes it. And it probably nourishes the town. That's inexplicable, but it's a fact. Well, is it consistent with your data and calculations? Well, I'll be. It is consistent with the calculations. As for the data, well, it also is. This is why digging wells is prohibited around here. This is why the rivers are so shallow and the Gorkin is so clean. Yes, I'm impressed, but not shocked. I was prepared to encounter something unique, even though I expected the mundane. What were you expecting? Something way less exciting. I thought the foreman was hiding an aurochs somewhere, a wounded one perhaps. They could have drawn some of its blood for you. One aurochs would allow us to produce a few thousand of portions at least, enough for the remaining people. I've heard they are gigantic, almost comparable to a brontosauri. To what? Wait a moment. This may be a rather fascinating natural phenomenon, but you should look at it from a different angle. If there is blood circulating in the town, feeding it, then it's alive. This is your sought one. It all clicks, doesn't it? At least the size is fitting. What does Udurg mean? A body that contains the world. I am simply interpreting Isidor's words. Here, I've written it down. He knew that said Udurg was in danger. He knew that only a miracle could save its life. He knew that in order to cure it, one would require rivers of panacea. And so he decided to replace the foreman and regain legitimate control over the kin to get closer to the Udurg's bowels. You are correct. Yes, it's true. Well, I have a different point of view, but I think I'm reconstructing Isidor's thought process more and more more or less correctly. The sign refers to some unnamed entity. It was silly of him to include this super being in his list among ordinary patients. It must have been boggling his mind, too. Yes, that's my father, all right. If I try to put myself in his shoes and look at all this through his eyes, that's exactly what must have happened.
There's...
Okay. Yes. My search has come to an end. The answer is in Udurg, the body that contains the world, a living creature that my father vowed to protect. The settlement nurtured by animal husbandry. One thing seems dubious, though. What kind of sacrifice could possibly be proportionate to the such sought one? A victim of your carelessness is behind this door. A victim of your negligence of a doctor's duty. It's not your place to lecture me about negligence, Talon. Shut up. Oh, what? Oh, so he's dead, probably. Come to the Crucible? But this is the Crucible. So I guess no side quest for me then, huh? I wonder how Georgie sent this letter if he's dead. Damn. Ah, it sucks. We could have gotten more lore out of that, but I didn't give him medicine.
Should I just give up?
Oh. I've been given your letter, Oyun. What does it mean? It's as straightforward as it gets. I've made my choice. I have something to aim for now. Is it the tower? No. Why in the world? It's the utopian's truth. The genius ideas, the will to carry them out, and the space to do so. What kind of ideas? The kinds have conducted a remarkable test with brilliant results. In short, they found out how to perform miracles. To breathe soul into buildings and things. They can hold on to soul states beyond human control. They've conquered death, and that is why I live. We have a lot in common. I thought you were a less passionate person, Oyun.
My head is spinning.
What can it be down there? I can only tell you one thing. There's life down there. What do you mean? Do you mean something weird? Like an underground city? No, that's not what I mean. Destroy. We need to destroy all this. Destroy and tear apart everything 3 verses down. That would be murder.
Changeling left the abattoir unscathed. What's going on?
Well, I'm glad I came in to speak to him. Whoa! No! Oh, thank God I had enough bullets. Jeez. There were 3 of them. That jump scared me, jeez. No way there's more though, right?
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain
Unharmed.
A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Oh, and the army's here. And the letter. Aglaia Lilich's letter, on the beings of a higher kind. The foreman claims that the earth is nourished by blood. Could it be that this is the odor your father wrote of? There are miraculous creatures all around us, I think. Some of them so great that we cannot even feel their presence. How can we possibly recognize them? A man would only accept something that he is prepared to acknowledge as a fact. Nevertheless, the town is alive. It has a head, a heart, and a belly. There are veins running through its massive body. The town has its own memory. It breathes, it thinks, and feels fear. Who knows, perhaps the town can even feel love. A world in which the towns have a heartbeat is the world I want to live in. I want to feel the earth tossing and turning beneath my feet. Huh. Okay. I was afraid these guys were gonna get me. Whoa. Theater time.
Do you see now how many mysteries the earth holds? The more terrifying the mystery, the deeper it lies, and the fewer wells can reach them.
The bowels of the abattoir were turned inside out. There are beasts there.
It's filled with roots and dirt. The underground doors open easily, but you can only go through if there's a grave behind it. Hopefully you catch my drift?
There's nothing to lose anyway. The soldiers will be here tomorrow. Let's risk it.
You're free to go anywhere. To the right, to the left, upwards, and even downwards a bit. You're welcome to make sure there are no tricks.
Who cares? It's all the same in the end.
Goddamn.
This changeling has changed. So self-assured. She's playing the end game.
Huh. Okay, well, not gonna lie, I'm a little scared to go outside at this point. So maybe I'll end for today. It's just, oh man. It's really starting to get real, huh? Well, okay, let's just take a peek. Oh, cutscene. Yep. Is he coming for me? Okay. Alright. See you guys.